Let's quickly talk about Jimdo. Jimdo, and the good thing is that you need to know a lot of good things about Jimdo. And Jimdo can be a website builder, can be an e-commerce platform, but it's really important to know some of the things that are deal breakers and deal makers when it comes to Jimdo. So here's an overview. So what is Jimdo really? So Jimdo is actually a one-stop shop for building a website or creating an online store. Very simple. And the company was actually founded in Germany. And so they were like in 2007. And Jimdo claims that since then, it has helped build like 30 to 50 million websites. Okay. And the thing here is that we love the fact that Jimdo is in Hamburg, Germany. Okay, and so you're able to do a lot of stuff with Jimdo. So depending on the plan you choose, you can actually buy a domain. You can design and host a website, including an e-commerce platform. You can have a blog. You can sell products online. You can do a lot of things. And so Jimdo is really a hosted solution, which means what? It runs in a browser. There is no software to install on your own computer, and you don't need to buy any hosting. Okay, so this is like a SaaS, the perfect SaaS offer. SaaS, software as a service. Okay, this is kind of similar to the business model of Shopify or BigCommerce, WooCommerce, okay, Big Cartel, all the other players in this industry. Okay, so when you think about the Jimdo platform, it's very easy but yet sophisticated. Okay, it has a domain, a template, a hosting, and content management system, CMS. They're all provided by Jimdo. Okay, you just add your content. That's it. By the way, welcome back to the show. Really appreciate having you here. We're having a quickie about Jimdo today, where I'm just kind of I'm going granular. I'm going granular on Jimdo. So you have all the ins and outs, everything you need to have before buying Jimdo. Okay. So when you think about Jimdo, again, I want you to think about a player that is it's not as big as Shopify, but they're not as small as Equid or Big Cartel. Okay. They're in the middle. Okay. They provide what we call an intermediary solution that will be good for some entrepreneurs, for some people, depending on your needs. I'll go later on about all the capabilities that Jimdo has. I'll also want to crystallize for you the features that you want to pay attention to if you want to optimize your Jimdo website. Let's talk about the pros and cons of Jimdo. I mean, what are the pros? It is a very cheap option. Okay, Jimdo is very cheap. On top of that, you have an entirely free plan that is available. And so this plan lets you build a decent website too. So, but listen, do not expect anything stellar though. But it's something. Okay, so Jimdo does the same thing as Big Cartel or Equid. So you have the ability to build something really free. And Jimdo is easy to use, especially for those without any previous experience of website building. So using the Jimdo editor will not involve much of a learning curve here. So we're talking about a drag and drop editor, and you can edit the HTML and CSS of your site. So that's what we call about convenience. Okay, total convenience, total flexibility, total adaptability. Fantastic. And the cool thing about Jimdo here is that you can actually switch between templates quickly and easily without losing content. This is important because there are other players out there, including Shopify, that do not allow you to change templates at all. And if you change templates, you have to start over. Okay, Jimdo actually has this capability. It helps you out, and all templates are responsive. So if people are watching your content on mobile, tablets, whatever, everything is fine. There is a tool for managing cookies in a GDPR compliant way. I mean, Jimdo is based in Hamburg, Germany, so they are in the land of GDPR to start with. Okay, what are the cons of using Jimdo? Now, they do have a rather small number of templates. Okay, when you compare that with the number of templates you have on Shopify or Wix, which has more than 800 templates. Okay, the payment gateway choice is very limited. Support is limited to email and is not available 24/7. And there is no import-export functionality. This is important if you are trying to have a fully fledged e-commerce store. You need to have this capability. If you don't have it, you are going to suffer, boss. So, if you want to choose Jimdo, make sure that this is not important for you. If it is, so you want to think twice. E-commerce functionality is not as professional as that provided by other solutions, especially where tax rates and dropshipping are concerned. Okay, and there is no official app store for Jimdo. You cannot have multiple blog authors or contributors on a Jimdo site. And while we believe that Jimdo remains a neat solution for creating small business websites, larger businesses will struggle to make Jimdo work from them because the tools and capabilities are just not there, you know. Let's talk about the features that you will love with Jimdo, okay? By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a quick convo about Jimdo. I'm giving you a Jimdo review, an in-depth review, so you have a clear idea what you're getting yourself into if you decide to buy Jimdo, to actually sign up with Jimdo. So, what are the features you will love on Jimdo? First of all, templates. So you do have a choice of templates, okay? And we're talking about templates that are not as not as impressive as what you find on Squarespace or on or Wix. But to be fair to Jimdo, though, they do have a couple of decent templates, okay? And so they also have template filters, okay? So the thing is that other website builders offer a far greater choice of templates, okay? But Jimdo has the ability to give you filters, okay? Because we believe that Jimdo is actually getting foot, like they are kicking ass real quick in that department because they're adding new templates all the time, okay? So what about the quality of templates? Now the quality, I'll just say decent. I mean, decent. Now, you're not going to find, as I just said, you're not going to find the quality you find on Squarespace or Shopify. No, but it is decent. It's all about your ambition. If your expectations are sort of are reasonable, then Jimdo can be a great partner for you. E-commerce capabilities are not really that. It's not like you can actually enable them, but you're not going to have anything. You're not going to have everything, including drop shipping. So if you're trying to do drop shipping, you will find a Jimdo a little hard because even though you can actually add third-party apps, third-party plugins such as Spockets, such as Deezers, such as other players out there, such as Doba, for example, you need to have some basic functionalities that Jimdo lacks at this point. Now, product inventory management is great. Okay, not a problem there. In terms of payment gateways, you will find the thing is Jimdo does not have its own payment gateway, but out of the box plugins facilitate payment via PayPal and Stripe. Okay, so it's just important to really remember that Jimdo is trying to elevate its profile, but right now they're not there yet. What about integrations? Well, integrations is a big problem area in our view for Jimdo because unlike other sites and store building platforms, there is no official Jimdo app store available that contains integrations with third-party tools and add-ons to beef up the functionality of your Jimdo site. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't integrate your Jimdo website with other tools. Many third-party apps provide code snippets or widgets, which can be added to a Jimdo site via its widget or HTML elements to provide additional functionality, okay? And Jimdo also includes a smart apps feature that aims to make it easy to integrate third-party apps onto your site. So again, this is how they're trying to answer the no app store sort of dilemma or no app store sort of conundrum, okay? So if you use the smart apps feature, you are able to add interactive content from some of the web's most popular services, including Calendly, Google, Airbnb, Twitter, Canva, and many others by copying and pasting a URL from one of them into the smart app settings. Okay, so this is kind of cool because then what will happen here is that content from that app will then be embedded automatically on your Jimdo website. Okay, so this is good. In terms of data capture, Jimdo is kind of cool on that front. Okay, so Jimdo lets you add forms to your site easily. This allows visitors to message you or subscribe to newsletters. In terms of analytics, you're not going to find the Jimdo really great there because they do provide a basic reporting dashboard which allows you to get top level site statistics, but nothing else. I mean, if you want to get an in-depth analytics, you can also connect your Google Analytics account to Jimdo by adding Google's code to the header of your site, okay? And you can then access Google Analytics data within your Jimdo dashboard, which is convenient, or simply use the full-blown version of Google Analytics, okay? What about SEO features and settings. Well, Jimdo SEO features are pretty comprehensive there. They've done a great job on that front. So basically, on all Jimdo plans except the free one, you can use SEO friendly headings here. I'm talking about H1, H1s, H2s, etc. You can add alt text. Okay, you can create Google-friendly URLs based on your page titles. This is kind of cool. You can add page title and meta description. You can actually add a page URL, and you can create 301 redirects, which are used to tell search engines when a page has moved to a new location. Okay, and you can use a robust TXT to tell search engines not to index a page. What about pricing? So pricing, I want you to look right now on the screen, the pricing for Jimdo as of the date of this show. So the thing that I want to say here is that Jimdo has been able to customize. I mean, they're the only player in this industry who has been able to customize their pricing plans based on geography. Okay, so the number of Jimdo plans and their names varies quite a lot by country. So basically, so I just want to say that in this review, for all intents and purposes, in today's conversation, we are looking at the U.S. plans, which are about 5 to 7. Okay, presented in 2 categories. So you have the website, and then you have the online store. Okay, so for the website, you have the play, the start and grow plan. I would say pricing tiers. Okay, so play is like the basic, that's like zero, like you don't pay anything. The start is kind of like a decent. You can pay like between $9 and $15 a month, and the grow is actually the top plan where you have you pay like 15 to 20, and here you have all the capabilities, you have all the functionalities, and this is kind of cool. Now, if you want to have an online store, you only have two plans when it comes to online store. So you have the business plan, and then you have the VIP plan. Okay, now it's really important to understand that even though the prices here are in US dollars, the plan structure and features are fairly similar elsewhere. Okay, it's really important to understand. Now, one thing I want to say here is that how Jimdo is expensive, like whether Jimdo is expensive or not, will depend very much on your location. Okay, this is geography. I would say geography driven. Okay, so the company doesn't really seem to go in for currency conversions which are appropriate for local markets. This contrasts negatively with other similar platforms. Several of Jimdo's competitors do make allowances for currency variations. Okay, so this is just what it is. Now, what I want to say here is that when you talk about the Jimdo website plan, you have access to a selection of templates that you can use to build your website. You have storage space for your content and bandwidth for your visitors to access it. Okay, you have the security SSL HTTPS responsive design where your website is automatically resized to suit the device it's been viewed on, mobile, tablets, desktop, and you have blogging functionality. You have photo galleries. Okay, and the things to watch out for and not miss by picking the wrong plan are page counts. Because the play and start, we're talking here about the website plans, okay? The play and start plans basically limits you to creating just 5 to 10 web pages, respectively. The grow and business plans lets you create 50 pages, and the VIP plan lets you create an unlimited number of pages. What about storage and bandwidth? The more you pay, the more you get. That's what it is, okay? And customer support is not available on the free Jimdo plan, and is only available as a same-day service on the grow or higher plans. So the time that will take a Jimdo support team member to address your query actually varies quite a lot by plan. Start plan users can expect to wait 1 or 2 days for a reply, while VIP plan customers can expect to receive one within an hour. What about e-commerce features? Well, the business and VIP plans those 2 plans include online store functionality. I want to talk to you now about CMS, like content management systems. Okay, it's important to understand that the content management interface on Jimdo is kind of cool. Now, it's important to understand to build a site using the Jimdo interface, you can choose between 2 modes: no coding or a coding expert. So in no coding mode, you are asked a variety of questions about the purpose of your website. Jimdo will then construct it for you based on your answers to this, plus material pulled from your social media profiles. Now, in coding expert mode, what will happen here is that you build your site yourself using one of Jimdo's templates. Those actually allow you to access more features, including galleries, background videos, a blog, and online store functionalities. Okay. Now, the thing in our view, building a website using Jimdo no coding mode is kind of easy. You simply have something similar to drag and drop. Okay, you are able to actually you are able to see what really works, what doesn't work. It's really essential to remember that if you're an expert, you will actually build your website real quick. Okay, and but if you're not, you just want to go with the no coding tool, and Jimdo will actually do things for you. And now you can switch if at some point you believe that you have the capabilities to actually build your website yourself. You can switch from no coding to coding. Okay. And one thing I want to see also it's important is that in the coding experts mode, which Jimdo also referred to as a creator mode throughout the help material, you can build websites using Jimdo's templates and a full site builder. Like the no-code version of Jimdo, Creator is very easy to use, but offers a broader range of features and gives you significantly more control over the design of your website, along with blogging functionality. What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say here is that when it comes to CMS, content management system, you really get access to what you are capable of running. So if you're an expert, if you do have some coding experience, Jimdo has the tools for you. If you don't, Jimdo still takes care of you because they have adapted their CMS capabilities based on the user. Okay. What about blogging functionality? Blogging functionality is cool, is decent, is more than decent, by the way. On Jimdo, you can do a lot. The only thing is you cannot add many authors. This is something that you're gonna have to call Jimdo in Hamburg to sort of ask them to actually change for your website. Okay, but overall, great. The mobile app is great. You can use it to edit your site, manage orders, publish blog posts, and check your website statistics. I want to give you a few extras before we close to this conversation. So, customer support. Okay. Now, the thing here is that when you think about customer support, it's not really that, how do I say it? It's not automatic. Okay. It depends on how much you pay. And, so the celerity, the speed of customer support will depend on how much you pay. Like if you pay big, if you pay the high amount, they'll get back to you real quick. If not, you're just going to stay there for like whatever, like for as long as it takes. And so this is something that we think Jimdo really has to address. I mean, we believe that they don't really care about it, but we think it's a big element when it comes to helping their business model grow at some point. So if the company, if the Jimdo itself wants to scale at some point, they're going to have to really address those issues. Now, what we love about the Jimdo right now is that they actually have a customer service in a variety of languages. I mean, there are European companies, so that, they embrace international stuff from the get-go, but it's important to understand that they need to actually customize their FAQs based on the country. Right now, they don't have that, and so they have to address it. And also, GDPR compliance, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all for Jimdo. They really crushed that department real big. And so for us, it's just the variety of like the depth of customer service and also the speed at which they get back to you. If Jimdo can really just address those two elements, the company will actually catapult itself in the likes of Shopify, in the likes of like in another category. Right now, they're like a low tier player, okay? Because when we analyze e-commerce platforms and website builders, in the top tier, we're thinking about Shopify, we're thinking about BigCommerce, we're thinking about WooCommerce, we're thinking about Wix. In the mid tier, we are basically thinking about Weebly. We're thinking about, Big Cartel. We're thinking about Equid. In the low tier or low to mid tier, we're still thinking about Jimdo. And Jimdo has a lot going for it, and Jimdo can actually propel itself into a mid tier category, but it has to take care of those speed issues and also trying to beef up its offer a little bit so that the features you have on any Jimdo plan are sort of consequential. Let's talk about rivals here. What are the alternatives to Jimdo. Okay, Jimdo has plenty of alternatives. I mean, they're not the only player in this industry, as you might have imagined. So you have players, as I just said. I just sort of alluded to this topic by saying that Jimdo is like a low to mid tier player here. And so when you think about the biggies of the industry, Squarespace. I mean, Squarespace is just fantastic. I mean, Squarespace, but Squarespace is more expensive though, way more expensive than Jimdo. So if budgeting is not an issue for you, if monetary resources are not an issue for you, then you really want to consider Squarespace, especially when it comes to the visual appeal of your website. Like if you really care about, because see, when you think about Squarespace, boy, I'm telling you, their templates are slicker, more beautiful than Jimdo's or any other players, okay, than Wix's or than Shopify. And Squarespace feature set is more extensive, okay. And so if you are a user who wants to build a content driven or a portfolio website, then Squarespace is the right place for you, okay. What about Wix? Wix also is way ahead of Jimdo. Wix has a lot of capabilities, including we love the fact that Wix has more than 800 to 900 free templates. Okay, I mean the templates are not as great as Squarespace, but they are good. And Wix is the only one that has so many free templates as of the date of this show. Okay, you can try also Cartel. You can try Shopify. At the end of the day, let me just say this. It really depends on what you're trying to get. Like if you want to have a general e-commerce, remember that Jimdo is not an automatic e-commerce platform. So if you are looking for a pure play in e-commerce, then Shopify is your best bet. Then Squarespace is your best bet. Then BigCommerce is your best bet. Then Wix is your best bet. But if you're looking for a builder that allows you to have not only your site, but also an e-commerce functionality on the side, Jimdo could be really interesting, especially if you are limited by resources. If your monetary resources are limited, then Jimdo will be a great option for you. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just reviewing Jimdo real quick. I give you the overview, the pros and cons, the features that you need to pay attention to, the pricing, the CMS capabilities, the extras you want to remember, and the rivals. And to actually decide whether or not Jimdo is the right tool for you. It really depends on what you really are going after. Okay, is Jimdo the right website builder for you? It really depends. It depends on what you're going after. If you want something very simple, and your expectations are not really that big, Jimdo will be the right tool for you. If you want something more sophisticated, then you want to think about another player. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.